A PowerPoint, thank you. And it said the bail bond industry initially. And it's not the bail bond industry that is doing it. There's bail bond individuals. And I think that implied to me that the whole industry was involved in this, and we're not. So I'd like you to make that correction if you don't mind doing that.
I'll even do better than that. Let me do better than that. This industry has been responsible for what you're seeing on this board. I'll even do better than that. When I first got started, I didn't know if I was going to run against opposition from the California Bail Agents Association. So I called you guys first, about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, to see if I was going to run up against a brick wall. And all I got from you guys was help, assistance, congratulations, and every time I needed a contact, you guys gave it to me. My contact in the Department of Insurance, I got from you. My law enforcement contacts, I got from you. So this is where I have to say that to the extent if my PowerPoint assumed it was overly broad, let me clarify. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Another thing that makes me very gratified is that the word enforcement has come up time and time again and appears on that screen, and that, believe me, is what we've been begging for, so thank you for that. How do we get you to Santa Clara County is my next question. I asked first. Anyway, that's a serious question. We need someone like you, or you need to contact people in these other areas, in these other counties, who can interface with you and get someone in our counties similarly activated as you are to do the same thing. Because obviously you've researched it, you've figured out the law, you've made it so that it's illegal in spite of the rights of free speech and all that that's claimed. So we'd love to have that information passed on if we could. And I'll work with you on that one if I may. Now, we'll take a couple of quick questions, because we got to hear Kathy here pretty quick too, so let's take 2 or 3 anyway, if we don't mind. Way there in the back. You're on here, my friend.
First off, thank you for all of your hard work and to the
City Attorney.
Thank you. But you know, another problem that we have is at the Linwood station. Are you also at that area? That is just. That's the sheriff.
I'm very familiar with that area. I'll tell you this: for the areas that are outside of our jurisdiction, the district attorney's office has been working with me. And I don't know if you realize, but again, my boss, who's sitting right behind you, has a very close relationship with the district attorney. And I've been working with some of the deputies over there, and I'm sure that eventually the district attorney's office will be working directly with my office to fix this in areas that are outside of my jurisdiction, but they're in the district attorney's jurisdiction, because they really do work hand in hand. If you want, you know, if he wants to talk about that for a second, I mean, he can tell you he has a very close relationship with the district attorney.
One of the things that we talked about during the campaign even was putting together a symposium with the City Attorney's Office, Akili and Dolores in our office, lawyers from the DA's office, some of the LA County Sheriff, the Los Angeles Police Department, and some DAs from up and down the state, and invite all the prosecutors for a bail conference put on by the bail industry. And if you can get them here and present this type of the videotapes, the things that we use to make this industry safe, I think that you guys will find it throughout the state much easier to compete. If what we're doing in LA can be taken to San Francisco, Sonoma County, all the different, San Diego, all the different counties in the state, via a conference where we educate them how to do it, then you're going to get your problems answered without stealing my lawyer.
one question for you. In working with Internal Affairs LAPD, we've ascertained a bunch of information regarding jailers providing information to bail bondsmen from the inside using the emergency contact list on the bail slip. Should there be prosecution of these individuals, will it fall under scope of color of authority, or because they're civil employees, what penal code section will it fall under, and how will they be prosecuted?
If the jailers themselves are assisting in a violation of any laws, that's a much more serious crime than what we're talking about here. I'd like you to contact me if you have information that that's occurring. What jail are you referring to that's happening out of?
Mostly all of Los Angeles, but primarily I'm in Van Nuys, where it's overridden.
You know, your captain, the Van Nuys captain, has contacted my captain begging for help. And I promised him that I would be there very soon. I'm going to keep that promise. And I'll tell you something. If the reports that we're hearing are true, you're probably going to see prosecutions that are much more serious than anything you've seen before, and they're probably going to come under the federal statutes.
Thank you very much. And just a little personal comment is, I'm sure you're going to be extremely successful in what you do, because you come on as a nice, non-intimidating young man, and then the talons and the fangs come out. And I'm sure with that behavior and demeanor, you're going to do a hell of a good job. I wish we had a bigger eagle, but this is all I could afford. Thank you very much.